Hey guys, you're watching Desimartini and my name is Zinia. Today we have with us none other than Raveena Tandon, who's all set to make her OTT debut and her comeback. And we also have with us director Vinay Waikul, who is going to helm this Netflix series that Raveena ji is making her OTT debut with. We are talking about Aranyak. And hi Raveena ji, hi Vinay ji, welcome to Desi Martini.
Hi, Zinia.
Hi. My first question would be to you, Raveena ji. You have been in the industry for so long, and in your older interviews, we have seen this question coming that, actresses have a shelf life after which, they won't get good, meaty roles. Do you think with OTT this question is becoming non existent now?
I think with the Indian film industry, on the whole, this question is becoming old. So I made my debut now with the OTT platform, but otherwise I have been doing movies even then, whether it was a KGF now that is due to release, or I did Matra in the middle, or I did a couple of other movies in the middle. So it is, I think that concept is kind of now passe. I don't think anyone says that anymore. And I see that positive change, and I'm very happy about that positive change.
No, actresses do have shelf life, but that's like for her it's around 200 years. So
I was wondering, oh God, he's going to get hammered with this statement.
No, but that's such a nice way of putting it, man. Also, Vinayji, for you, we have seen you directing OTT series till now. So, do you think medium matters?
it does matter, of course. It does matter if you're making something which is for, let's say, which you know for sure which will be released in a cinema hall versus if it's going to come on the OTT platform. It does matter because your approach sort of changes. Approach in terms of the treatment, so to speak, would change, but the commitment still remains the same. The hard work. I mean, like it doesn't matter whether it's cinema or it's OTT. We just want to put out our best on any given day. So I think on that level it's same. There is no difference. So yeah.
We are the entertainment industry, right?
Correct.
We are storytellers. You give us the platform and we'll give you a good story.
Wow. Vinayji, also, this is a thriller, and actors obviously play a big part in making a thriller what it is. But the director's vision needs to be very clear for it to be taut, edgy, how we like to see thrillers. So, what was your vision when you started shooting?
Absolutely clear.
Yeah, I mean, yes, of course, because I mean, director's vision needs to be clear, but and even if it's not, at times you'll have to make it look like you are clear about it, because what happens the moment there is you think the director is not sure of something, it just becomes like, a lot of questions could crop up and everything. You have to sort of make everybody else comfortable as well, saying that, I mean, like, we are in control, don't worry about it, basically. So yes, but I would say it's still, and especially for a series like this, it is still a collaborative effort. I mean, like, writer would write something. When we read with the actors before shoot, there are a lot of possibilities which come up. I mean, like, actors would say, okay, I can deliver like this, which you wanted, but I can deliver it like that as well. And like, at times with such a seasoned actors, it becomes like, you're like, things start going beyond what you had imagined. So you need to be a little fluid with that as well, rather than getting stuck up that, nahi, I had thought about this and now it has to be like this. No, you have to sort of reciprocate to what the other half of your collaboration is giving. So I'm quite open and fluid to, we have a plan, but the actors normally, they come in and they make the plan better. So it's a collaborative process.
Okay, Raveena ji, Kasturi Dogra is a very strong character, and we haven't seen you play a cop before. This is like a new zone that we are seeing you in. She's also a kind of character who has to balance her personal life, her professional life की duty कर रही है अपने personal life में भी, that dialogue we heard in the trailer. So, how did you prep for this character, one? And two, do you in your personal life face this trouble in balancing your personal life, your professional life?
First and foremost, I should say that this character that you said does face a dilemma constantly. And this is something that is really close to my heart because I see so many women out there who are out there in the field, are women in uniform, are women in who are working in office spaces, are women in the industry. They are all trying to carve a niche for themselves. They're all trying to achieve, and they are probably excellent at their work. Even if they get an opportunity, there are times when they want that equal opportunity, they get it. But there are so many restraints and constraints, family issues, family problems, non-support, no emotional support, that doesn't seem to give them that lift that they want, that wind beneath their wings that they need at that moment. And they are against all odds trying to achieve, trying to pursue their careers that they are passionate about, and don't get the kind of support that they need, that kind of emotional, moral, every kind of support. And, I can say that I'm one of those few privileged, lucky ones who's always had her family support. But I did, of course, even with having that kind of support, even with Anil being a complete hands-on dad, even with my in-laws being with me to help me with the kids and their education, and my parents being there, I still used to be torn between when my kids were really young. When they were really small, and I used to be really torn, even if I used to be on an outdoor or somewhere, be FaceTiming them, teaching them, taking up their studies through FaceTime and doing all kinds of organizing, things for them, or if they had an annual function, their costume is not ready and things. So there's a lot that goes in it, and with me, with so much support, still I was torn between, my work and trying to be and give 100% to my work and trying to give 100% to my family. I can just imagine what so many women and so many Kasturi Dogras out there who don't have that support go through. And for me, this was very, very close to my heart, that it gives out a subtle but yet sure message to our audiences that be there for the women of your family. Give them, be the support that they need, whether it's emotional at the time, and also do your bit. So it's not necessary that the woman of the house, just because she's a woman of the house, has to wash your clothes, has to cook your food, has to lay the table, has to make you your chai. Anyone can get up and make a cup of tea. So help out, whether you are children, whether you've got grown-up children, whether you've got in-laws, everyone contribute and let her achieve her dreams as well. It is not always that the woman should be sacrificing her entire career, her entire life's dreams, just so that she can run a successful household. It has to be a contributive, collective effort.
Vinayji, did you face this similar kind of dilemma in your life ever, in any point in time? Personal, professional?
Yes, his wife came and complained that nobody cooks anymore in the house.
No, so, see, it does, and I think it's not just about me as one person basically. Generally, men, at least in our country, have been getting a privileged position. You know that you will be looked after, and then that after a point that becomes something which is like, "Arey yaar, ye to mera hak hai," and then that is a problem. And obviously I'll be lying if I say ki, I never behave like that. You do, and then but realizing that and doing that course correction is something which is important, because I don't think any change comes like in one generation. It's a process, but thankfully with with stories like Aranyak, or otherwise how the things are changing around us, basically we have been little more thoughtful about these things. It's not just about you, it's about your spouse as well, and you have to provide that support when she needs it. So yeah, I'm learning and finally.
No, but like I said, that was not a joke actually. I've seen him and his wife together. She's also a very successful writer and editor, and she does great work. And I've seen both of them just be there for each other. And I think that's just so fantastic, And I think I see that positive change in generations that are now there. They are being a little more aware, and this is spreading. So I think it's great that we've kind of also touched upon that topic in Aranyak.
Also, I have to say this, Vinayji, in all your series that we have seen, whether you have written it or you have, directed it, we have seen very strong female characters. So, Thank you for that. Thank you for
Yeah,
so
your
maybe,
sweet, yeah.
maybe that comes from my
That's
mom. Maybe
true,
that comes from my
actually.
mom and my wife. Maybe.
Wow.
You know, I mean, like, it would go to them. I
Yeah,
like,
but I think that's so true.
Yeah. And finally, before we wrap up, I would really like to ask you, what were the biggest challenges that you faced? You as the director, you as the actor. What was the biggest challenge that you faced while making Aranyak?
For me to move myself from being completely a Mumbaiite to become someone Pahadi, to get hold of that whole thing. But when we go there, we all together, we all worked at it. And I think he had a very good point he made earlier, which I would like him only to say. And the fact that all of us, withstood all the different varied pandemic situation, the weather, extreme cold, shooting in like literally 2-3 feet of snow and going through all that together. I think those were just the few challenges. Otherwise, I think we just had a great time being there.
so, yeah, as you were mentioning, post-pandemic, we were like, after like 4, 5 years, 6 months at home, and then we were traveling, and everybody was sort of leaving their families and coming there, and we were away from our families, you always get worried, okay, what will happen? But because since we are away from the families, the unit became like a family, everybody sort of stick together, and like, they were sort of there for each other, and that is something, that energy is something, is what made Aranyak. So yeah,
Okay, and Aranyak is releasing on 10th of December. We are super excited for it. And best of luck for the series. And thank you so much for joining
Thank
the
you,
Desi
and thank you, Zinia and Desimartini. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you.